So I think I accidentally stumbled into the new way that I'm just going to go about these fragment events, because what happened to me is in the White Queen Ancora fragment event, for like the 12th time in my raid career, this just keeps happening to me. There's some sort of conspiracy. There's some sort of developer over at Plarium stealing fragments off my account or something. I don't know what's going on, but I ended up at 95 out of 100 again on a fragment event. And if I pull up the calendar, yeah, this was like the 12th time this has happened. And by now, I'm hyper paranoid about it. And I diligently make sure I'm following everything. I check like 5 times a day. I never go to bed without checking if something's gonna end. I always make sure I'm getting everything. And I did every single thing here. The only thing I missed out on was a few fragments in the hero's path. I believe like 5 to 10. And I did absolutely everything else. And I ended up at 95 out of 100. And what I would do was, like, I would check in the morning, afternoon, and night. And if something was ending in less than 24 hours, I would drop everything and make sure I finish it right then and there. And then before I go to sleep, I would check and make sure there's nothing ending in the next 24 hours. That's what I would do the whole fragment event, and I ended up at 95 out of 100 regardless, no matter what I did or how diligently I paid attention. Because if we just assume that I missed 10 out of the hero's path, let's just call it 10, that would leave me, take out the 20 on the leaderboards, which, by the way, I ended up missing out on 5 fragments from a leaderboard by like 4 points. Somebody barely got me on like the last dragon run or something, and they got me on one of those tournament events. But anyway, so that's 110 that are left. And even if I missed out on that 10, I should have been at 100 fragments, but I'm at 95, so I missed 5 somewhere. But like I said, I was very diligently checking, and I have no idea how that happened. And when this happened, I was like, screw it, I'm done. I'm not bothering with these stupid fragment events anymore. I can't complete them, and I'm just throwing away resources to end up at 90 or 95 every time, so I'm wasting my time even trying. But then Plarium hits me with the $10 for 5 fragments here. They're like, oh, did you happen to miss out on those last 5 fragments that you need to get White Queen Ancora? Well, we've got a guaranteed summon event coming up for her tandem in White King, so I bet you would hate to miss out on that. Go ahead and throw us 10 bucks and we'll round up those fragments for you. And I haven't spent on raid in probably like 4 or 5 months, but I was like, you know what? I think it kind of hits you in multiple different ways. It's like not only FOMO, like fear of missing out, because you're missing out on getting an event champion that can lower cooldowns and all of that, but it's also like a sunken cost fallacy because you came this far. Do you really want to miss out and stay at 95 out of 100? So I'm like, damn it, you got me. I'm gonna have to buy these last 5 fragments for $10. But the thing is, a lot of times to get 5 fragments, it costs more than $10 in resources. Like to get the last points you're going to need for a champion chase or a summon rush or something, it's going to be way more than $10 in value. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to spend any money on raid, it might be the most optimal to just treat these fragment events like getting within striking distance, getting to 90 or 95, missing out on the hardest fragments to get, and then just going ahead and topping off at the end of it. So that's what I did, and Plarium got me to spend by removing fragments from my account and then sending me an offer for $5 to get more fragments. I'm just kidding. They probably didn't remove fragments. I'm sure there's not some crazy conspiracy. I'm joking, but I have no idea how this keeps happening to me. I'm going to hire some sort of like investigation firm to follow me the next fragment event, and I want to know how I'm possibly having this happen every single time, no matter how diligent I am about checking and following it. And then I see that they've got this guaranteed event for her tandem. Now that I am able to get her, I guess I can go ahead and do that here in the video. I did end up getting those fragments, and then we have the, well, I should probably wait actually for like a CVC or something. I like, this isn't gonna expire, so I might as well wait to summon her, but I do actually have the 100. But Plarium, now they won't send me offers. Like I want an offer for like 12 void shards or something. I think they have like 14 for 50, something like that, because I'm within striking distance of going for the guaranteed. That's kind of the way I manage my shards. I always try to make sure that I stay within closing distance of a guaranteed event. So like I don't like to go below 100 because they usually do them for like 100 to 120 or 80 to 120, something like that for the guaranteed events. So as long as I stay around 100, if they end up in a situation like this where a lot of people think this is the best guaranteed event they've ever done for a void champion, or at least like the best one for 110 voids, and now I'm within striking distance of going for it, but I need 10 void shards, and I'm not going to be able to like farm them from the clan boss or events or something in the next 2 days. So they are getting really good at getting me. They're going to get me to spend again because I need to wait for an offer to come through that has at least 10 voids in it, and hopefully it's at a decent price, and then I'm able to scoop that up because I'm not going to buy these. Like, I'm not going to buy 3 for 30, and I'm not going to buy 3 for 30 on either one of these, but I'm not getting the other offers to pop up. So hopefully if one pops up in the next 2 days and it makes sense to go for it, like if it's a decent value, I'll probably go for the guaranteed event, and you'll see a video here on the channel of me doing those summons. But if they don't, I guess I'll probably skip it because I'm not gonna go crazy and go into the bank here and start buying some of these void shard offers. I haven't looked at these in forever. What are these void shard packs? Yeah, I mean, you get a 5-pack here for $100. That's just not gonna happen. So it's gonna depend on if they give me a realistic offer, and if I can get to 110 here without breaking the bank. But yeah, let me know, do any of you do that? Do you just say, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna end up at 90 or 95 and then just top up at the end of it? Or do you always make sure that you got to get to 100? Is there some of them that they don't give the fragment offers at the end? Like, it would be a super bummer to like count on that offer coming through. Like, oh, I'm just gonna count on a 5 fragment offer coming through, and then it never does, and you just end up at 95 out of 100. So it's a little bit of a gamble because Plarium can decide on their end, yeah, you know what, we're just not going to do those fragment offers anymore, and then anybody that gets to 95 is just going to be out of luck, and they're not going to get the champion at all if you like try to cut corners by not pulling for that last 5 in a champion chase or a summon rush, and then that happens to be an event where they don't do the offer, and then you'd be left out at 95 out of 100, and you would never be able to get the champion. But yeah, either way, I'm done playing around. The next fragment champion, if it's worth going for, like if it's actually a good champion that I want to add to my account and I'm not intentionally skipping it, if it's a fragment champion I'm going for, I'm going to be taking screenshots of every tournament and event and every fragment that I collect on my account, because I don't know what's going on and I don't know how I keep missing out on these events and ending up at 90 or 95. So I guess stay tuned and we'll see if we can get to 110 voids to go after the White King here. If I can get to 110, I am definitely going to do it. I guess before we end, we could check the polling quick. Yeah, so it looks like it's staying pretty stable at 60-40 here on the ratio, slightly tilted towards yes in terms of asking people, if you have enough void shards, is it worth going after the White King at guaranteed event? So if I can get to 110, I guess you will see a video here on the channel of me ripping the shards for this guaranteed. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, like I said, about the fragment offers, and if you do the method that I ended up going with of coming up short and then rounding off, or how you kind of go about managing those different ways about navigating the resource expenditure of going for champion chase and summon rush and all of that, and whether or not you think it's too risky to just intentionally end up at 90 or 95, and what kind of fragment offers you see. Like, if you end up at 80, do they give you an offer for 20 fragments? Like, I wonder if you, like, what is the maximum? Has anybody out there seen a fragment offer for like 25 or something like that? Because they gave me 5 and I needed 5. If I had 90, would they come through with 10? If I had 85, would they come through with 15? Like, how does that work within the marketplace, and what are some of the ones that you see out there? But yeah, anyway, I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy Raid Shadow Legends content, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.